All right, guys. So, just been doing some training, doing some footwork drills and things like that, and it got me thinking. Right, I was watching the video with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo talking to Khalil Roundtree about the fight against Alex Pereira, and they was talking about his strategy in fighting and how he could have did a little better, right? And both Henry and Khalil and his coach was talking about throwing like more punches, throwing the third punch behind the 1-2, because like he was like slightly missing the punches, and he was slightly out of range. And Alex Pereira is such a good master of range that it was kind of hard for him to get in, so he was wasting a lot of energy missing punches, which I honestly believe that's true. That's true. But I think the biggest thing to me, and this is hindsight 2020, right? Not talking shit, but I think the biggest mistake that Khalil Roundtree made when he was fighting Alex Pereira is that he wasn't fighting off of angles. When you're fighting a power puncher, especially someone that's as stoic and could easily shut your eyes out in a split second, you need to make sure you're getting off of angles, you're not standing directly in front of them. Now, Khalil, if I'm saying his name right, did a really great job on blitzing with punches and catching Pereira at certain times. But then he pulled back. And the problem with that requires so much energy to maintain that sooner or later, you're going to get tired. And then when you're standing right in front of him, you're going to get countered. And that's what basically happened. Now, if Roundtree was able to punch, catch an angle, and make Alex Pereira have to come find him, then I think it would have added a different angle and it made it more difficult for Alex Pereira to land those great jabs, those good teeps to the body, and those leg kicks, which was starting to break him down and start to cause damage and slow him down and get him more tired. So once again, hindsight is 2020, and everybody is a backseat driver, and everybody think they know better. But just watching it and trying to come up with my own game plan, like how would I fight Alex Pereira? And I'm not saying I would ever fight Alex Pereira. In fact, I wouldn't want to fight Alex Pereira. And much props to Roundtree for putting on a great performance. But I think the biggest thing he could have added was more angles. Punch, punch, circle off. Punch, punch, circle off. L-step, circle. Step, pivot, cross step, kick, step off. And always making Alex Pereira having to turn. And it doesn't have to be big things, whereas it's a big dramatic movement, because the dramatic movement does cost energy, but just a slight little pivot. It's a slight little pivot, especially being a southpaw. If you punch, right, and then pivot out to your right side and have that person be right in front of you, and by the time they turn to face you, boom, you're slamming a kick. Boom, you're slamming a left hand. Boom, you're slamming, outside leg kicks. It really adds to the game, and it makes it very confusing for your opponent. Instead of blitzing straight forward, maybe landing some hard punches, and, you can always get a knockout. You always got a punch a chance, but then that requires so much energy. And then when you stop, you're kind of right in front of him, and then Alex Pereira is just marching you down and putting you against the cage, which is exactly where you didn't want to be. And that comes from your own words, right? As Roundtree was explaining to Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo. That's just my take, that I think he could have did better and potentially could have won the fight, because he was up 2 rounds. If he'd have got one more round and tried to coast out the last 2 rounds, who knows? We could have had another champion. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments. Like, share, all those things. Hard work, dedication.